Welcome everyone to this highlight video that's going to cover the tournament that the Cloverdale Colts U18A2 team attended in November in Abbotsford. This is game one of the tournament against the Aldergrove A1 team. That's a team that the Colts have faced multiple times in exhibition games and tiering games earlier in the season. Colts undefeated against Aldergrove and have been moved to a different division for league play. So it's been a while since they've seen each other, but they will resume hostilities here today in game one of this tournament. The Colts will have a full roster today. All players are dressed. Logan gets the start in net. Max backing up. You see the Colts will be wearing their blue jerseys on the right side of the screen, and Aldergrove will be in their white jerseys with yellow and black trim on the left side of your screen. And with that, let's head right into the first period highlights. The Colts get off to a quick start. As the puck goes in, Jackson puts it deep off Arjun's foot. It comes out to Jordan, who pulls it around the goalie, slides it past the leg, and quickly it's 1-0 for the Colts. Aldergrove is going to try and respond, but as they come across the blue line, they're going to get denied by Patrick, who steps up at the line and puts that player down to the ice. Another chance for Cloverdale right in front. Zach just misses the net after Arjun's shot was blocked. A little bit later in the period, the Colts are on the forecheck, and the Aldergrove player is going to try to take it out, and Zach gets wrapped up with him, body slams him down. The referee is going to deem that a 4-minute penalty for slew footing. I didn't really see a slew foot there, but it was a takedown and deserving of a penalty. So Aldergrove to the power play, trying to tie this game up, and they're working hard behind the net to get it out, but Riley runs that player into the wall hard and gets the puck out. Here's a shorthanded chance by the Colts as the Aldergrove defender stumbles. Tyler goes in all alone, has some space on the blocker side, but the goalie gets the paddle on it. And that's going to allow Aldergrove to come back the other way, jam multiple players in front of the net, and find a way to slide that through Logan into the net for a power play goal. Although, you can see the ref come in and he's looking at it, and he's reconsidering. He's thinking about, was that in or not, as the Aldergrove players skate away. The Colts are there, discussing it with the referee. The linesman also there. They're looking at the net. And ultimately, that ref is going to come around that side, blow the whistle, and wave it off. Let's reset the score back to Colts 1, Aldergrove 0. And while the Colts are going to successfully kill that penalty, here we see another one as Seth comes in from across the ice. The referee has the arm up. That's going to be a charging penalty. And just as that penalty is expiring, you can see Seth come back into the play. Aldergrove gets this good chance, but the blocker gets flashed out by Logan to make the save. Now we see the Colts under pressure. Orson, checked by 3 Aldergrove players, throws the puck up the wall. The defenseman keeps it in, goes through 2 Colts players and comes in the right side, puts a nice wrist shot on the blocker side, and it's now a tie game, 1-1. Here's Aldergrove looking for more, but on this draw, Colts are going to get it and quickly put it up ice to Jesse, who's streaking down all alone ahead of the defender, goes to the backhand, but the Aldergrove goalie tracks it well and makes the save. And the Colts are looking to regain the lead with just seconds left in the first period. Zach's going to jump on this loose puck, head into the offensive zone, and as he's cutting across, he's going to get hooked down by the Aldergrove player. And with just 7 seconds left in the first period, the Aldergrove team takes a penalty, sending Colts to the power play here early in the period. Linden has it at the point, works it down to Arjun, who puts it across nicely to Jesse, who gets 2 cracks at that shot, but the Aldergrove goalie covers it up. And Arjun's going to try a similar play again, finding Jesse in the seam, in the bumper. He tries a backhand this time, but that one hits Trevor rather than the goalie and goes harmlessly to the corner. Aldergrove putting on pressure after killing that penalty, in deep on the forecheck, and then they're going to run over Logan as they cut through the middle of the ice. And they're going to keep coming, looking for their first lead of the day. There's a shot off of that draw. They're going to work hard behind the net to put it out front. It comes to that player who spins with it, gets a shot. Logan makes a save, and then he gets across and makes a save on the rebound as well. Here's Noah with the puck in the corner. He throws it harmlessly at the net. The goalie makes a save and covers it, but you see Jesse tap the goalie in the midsection area with his stick, and the referee's going to come in and call that an unsportsmanlike penalty, putting Aldergrove onto the power play where they're going to see this excellent opportunity. Backdoor pass, but Logan does well to get across and then get his right toe onto it. Then a little bit later, while penalty killing, you see Zach's going to go down low into the Aldergrove zone, and he's going to get cross-checked from behind while he's trying to hold the puck along the wall. So once Jesse leaves the box, the Colts have a brief power play, and then this point shot by Lyndon Cameron, the rebound comes out, and the Aldergrove player swipes it to the corner just before the Colts player is looking to deposit it into the net. And shortly after that penalty expires, we see Karn's point shot is double tipped, and then Lyndon Fraser jumps on the rebound down low and swipes it into the net. The Colts are back on top. It's now 2-1. The Colts keep coming, trying to extend the lead. Here's Patrick pinching down the wall, throws the puck on net, tips it on net, and gets the rebound, but both saves are made by the Aldergrove goalie. There's a turnover at the blue line, so the Colts are going to race away 2-on-1. Zach's going to come in alone. He's going to cut around the goalie. He has an opportunity to slide it into the empty net, but the puck gets away from him as he's tripped by the goalie. They aren't going to get any good looks on that power play, and shortly after the ice clean, halfway through the second period, we're going to see Aldergrove on the attack, and they're going to take this puck to the middle. It's going to get away from that player, but the pointman's going to jump in and slide it onto the right side of the net, and Aldergrove has retied this game at 2. The Colts are doing well in this game, finding the player in the high slot. Here's another one. The pass from the corner to Jesse goes out to Zach, and he gets a shot on net, and then Jesse rips a rebound through the crease. It, unfortunate for the Colts, does not hit the goalie and go in. Next we see Trevor working down low on a forecheck in the corner, and he gets tied up with that Aldergrove player, and then he's going to get a holding penalty. It seemed pretty even there, but the camera did pan away, so maybe we missed something, but that is going to be a penalty for Trevor. Going to send Aldergrove to the power play yet again, and they're going to get through 2 checkers there, reset, and find a player across on the far side, very similar to earlier when Logan made the save. This time they get the puck up in the air over the blocker, and it's a power play goal for Aldergrove, and they have their first lead of the game. With just a minute left in the second period, we see Jesse making moves to the front, loses the puck, makes a check behind the net, and then that player's going to come back up front and cross-check him from behind down. Referee at center is going to catch that and is going to send Aldergrove to the box. So with just seconds remaining in the second period, Colts looking for a power play goal as they go into the break. And that pass out to Tyler, and he gets a good shot off, and then you can see not exactly happy that he wasn't able to put that in the net. It's off the side and harmlessly to the corner. Power play is going to continue into the third period though, and Riley with the shot, and it bounces out front, but the rebound goes past the Colt player. And now it's going to be Aldergrove's turn for a power play as Patrick goes for a hip check, misses, and clips the player, and that's going to be a tripping penalty, sending Aldergrove to the power play, working the puck down low in the corner on the half wall, finding that player backdoor, and that's 2 consecutive power play goals for Aldergrove. Halfway through the third period, and they have a 2-goal lead. But the Colts are not going to waste any time getting it back to a 1-goal lead. There's the point shot by Bryson, tipped by Trevor, and then Seth jumps on the rebound, puts it in the short side, and with that, we have ourselves a 1-goal hockey game. Colts are going to quickly get another opportunity to tie it as Zach is in on the forecheck, and that Aldergrove player carelessly gets their stick up high. So that's a head contact penalty. Colts to the power play. Jesse with a shot. Rebound comes out. Seth swipes at that after Trevor missed the first one, but the goalie makes a save, covers it up. Power play continues. Puck gets put up the wall. There's Lyndon Cameron on the point. He's able to walk in, but he puts that across to Zach, who's got lots of space there, but that hits either the defenseman or the goalie, and Orson also directs the rebound at the net that Trevor has a chance to slide in as well. With time winding down in the third period, one last face-off in the offensive zone. Colts repeatedly throwing the puck towards the front of the net, but can't get a bounce, and the time is going to run out, and you can see Aldergrove celebrating their first win of the season against the Colts, a 4-3 final in this game. So disappointing for the Colts to be certain, their first loss in 4 or 5 games against Aldergrove this year, coming at a poor time in the first game of a tournament, but still lots of time left in the tournament to make up for it. So here are the stats for today's game. You see some even distribution of the points. Many players with 1 point in today's game. Notable Jesse with 12 shots on net. Overall shot total in this game, 61 shots for the Colts, only 19 for Aldergrove, but still results in a 4-3 win for Aldergrove despite being underwater. A lot of those shots from the perimeter, that's why you didn't see a ton of them in the highlights, but still unlucky the Colts are not to have won this game. So from there, we move on to the following day. The Colts have moved over to the ARC Olympic Size Arena in Abbotsford. You see them warming up in their white jerseys. Game 2 of the tournament. This time they're playing a team from West Kelowna. It's going to be a strong challenge for the Colts, one of the higher ranked teams in the tournament. The Colts will have the same roster as the previous day against Aldergrove, all players playing in this game. The only change will be Max as the starting goaltender rather than Logan. So let's head to those first period highlights. The Colts are going to get the first scoring chance just a minute into this game. There's a point shot by Riley, and Noah has a stick there looking for a tip, but it doesn't hit his stick, and it goes straight through to the goalie's leg. Here comes West Kelowna back the other way, 2-on-2, and they do a lane exchange, and both defenders get focused on the puck carrier behind the net, and the person in front of the net that's high and waiting for the pass receives it, deposits it past Max, and West Kelowna is quickly up 1-0. Here they come again. Another opportunity where the player's out high, the pass goes back to him, but this time they miss the net with that shot. Now it's time for the Colts to have a net front chance. There's Tyler getting the pass from Lyndon Fraser. He gets the first chance, and then Jordan comes in late and gets another chance as well, but the puck gets swallowed up in the mass of bodies in front of the net. Here's another odd man rush for West Kelowna off the turnover at center, and a nice little through-the-leg move from that West Kelowna player, but they're unable to beat Max. There's a puck dumped down the ice by Kelowna. Jordan's going to get it and try to put it out, but instead he puts it right on the stick of the West Kelowna player, who quickly fires it before Max can get ready, and it's 2-0 now for West Kelowna. But cue the comeback for Cloverdale. There's a one draw that Arjun shoots. It's blocked in front, but both Jackson and Jordan are trying to get it, and it's ultimately Jordan that deposits it into the net, and the Colts have cut the lead in half, halfway through the first period. And it doesn't take them long to completely erase that 2-goal lead. Here's another one face-off, and it gets thrown towards the net by Seth. And Trevor's there to bang home the rebound. And just past the halfway mark, it's all of a sudden a 2-2 hockey game. And if that doesn't rattle West Kelowna, this will. As they move this puck up to the neutral zone, Karn steps up and demolishes the winger, but the referee deems that to be head contact. If you review that penalty, there was no head contact. That was all shoulder on shoulder, but it was a violent enough hit that the referee felt the penalty had to be called. So here goes West Kelowna to the power play. And it's not going to just be a one-man advantage, it's going to be a two-man advantage as Trevor takes a penalty for tripping along the wall. And here we see West Kelowna with a good chance in front. The puck is loose. They don't see it there, but Arj does, lays down the Kelowna player and fires it down the ice. And after killing those two penalties, the Colts are going to be a beneficiary of a terrible giveaway by West Kelowna. They pass over to Jordan. He's unable to connect, but the Colts are going to stay on it. Orson's going to pinch in and keep it in. Then he's going to find a seam pass over to Lyndon Fraser, who started all this, and he directs it on net, but the goalie gets a toe on it and keeps it out. The Colts continue to press, though. Karn puts it through the front of the net. Jordan picks it up, gets a backhand on net, and Tyler goes to the hard parts of the ice right in front, digging for it, and gets slammed down for his efforts. But you can tell the Colts are fired up for this game as they're working hard to get to the hard parts of the ice. Speaking of hard parts of the ice, along the wall there, we see Jesse get taken down from behind, and that's going to be a power play for the Colts. However, maybe they should have declined it because as we see here, a misplay at the point by Jordan. That's going to send this Kelowna player in on a breakaway. Max stands tall, turns it aside, but that's not the only one he's going to have to face. Here comes another one, another puck that slips through Lyndon at the point, and another breakaway for Kelowna. And again, they come in. This time it goes over the net, and so the Colts will be happy to get out of this period and get away from that power play, and it's still 2-2. The Colts get back on track here in the second period with a nicely executed 3-on-2 where they find Jordan high, gets a good shot off looking for his second goal of the game. Goalie makes the save, and then a little later with Patrick retrieving a puck in his own zone. After he flicks it down the ice, the West Kelowna player comes in late, hits him high, so that's a head contact penalty, and it's going to send the Colts to the power play. And you see Patrick receive that puck up high, throw it towards the net, the rebound comes out, and then they try to jam it in from behind. I believe that's Arjun, but the goalie covers it up. This power play unit continues to work at it, though. We see Arjun set up behind the net, and he's going to bounce that pass out to Patrick, who's going to walk it back to the point and wrist it. And the goalie clearly doesn't see it because he barely moves, and it sails over his shoulder into the net. And a power play goal have put the Colts on top for the first time in this game. A good 3-2 lead after being down 2-0 very early in this game. Colts are going to come looking for more on this zone entry. Watch down below. That looked a little bit offside, and Lyndon Fraser even looked like he thought he was offside and stopped skating for a minute, but the referees don't call it. The play is going to continue. The puck is going to get moved over to the far wall, and as Lyndon Fraser goes to get it, the Kelowna player very dangerously shoves him into the wall. So that's going to be a penalty for West Kelowna, put Cloverdale to the power play. But if we look back on this, we see that yes, Lyndon was offside, and none of that should have happened, but it did. So the Colts are going to go to the power play as Karn and Seth are going to move the puck back and forth while Trevor creates a distraction in front. And as Seth puts that again back to Karn, he's going to take a shot, and it's going to bounce off the end wall, come right to Tyler, who, Johnny on the spot, jumps on that opportunity, puts it into the net, and a power play goal has put the Colts up by 2. So the power play that shouldn't have happened but did because of the missed offside has really come back to haunt West Kelowna here. The Colts are displaying a lot of jump in today's game as they're on top of a lot of loose pucks, and we see Jackson jet down the ice and beat the defender there and almost jam that puck home as the Colts continue here on the power play. The strong play continues as Tyler picks that puck up behind the net, throws it out front, and ultimately Lyndon Fraser ends up with it on the stick, gets a good shot off, but the goalie makes a save. Then he follows up in the corner to go get that loose puck. Here's West Kelowna turning it over at the Colts blue line, and so that's going to allow the Colts to go back on the forecheck the other way, and that Kelowna defender is forced to take an interference penalty to prevent Zach from attacking his teammate, and that's going to set the Colts back onto the power play. Noah's going to get that shot off from the point, and Jackson's there in front, tips it by the Kelowna goaltender, and from being down 2-0, the Colts have now stretched the lead to 5-2. And they're not done yet. Here's Patrick retrieving a puck in his own zone, flicks it to center. The Kelowna D have allowed Seth to get behind him, and he races away with it, wrists the shot down low on the blocker side, and it's in, and it's now 6-2 Colts. Off the ensuing faceoff, the Colts are going to get yet another chance as this puck gets picked up by Tyler as he crosses line. He makes a drag move around the defender, in on the backhand, gets a shot off. There is a rebound there. He swings at that, but can't make contact with it. And then Kelowna is going to get back in this one a little bit. There's a long stretch pass to get behind the D, wristing it up high over the shoulder. And Kelowna is going to try and make a game of this one. It's now 6-3. They're going to get another chance right off this face-off, in tight. Max slides across and makes a save, but West Kelowna is going to keep coming in waves now. Here they come, make a nice drop pass back. That player is allowed to walk right in, but again, Max gets out on top of the crease, makes a save. West Kelowna coming again on a turnover, a 3-on-2. Push that over, slap shot, but Max is already there, waiting for it, swallows it up. So the Colts finally get back going the other way. Here's a drop pass out to Lyndon Fraser for another chance in this game. Puts that through. Goalie makes a save. Then there's a flub by Kelowna, and that's going to allow Zach to race away down to the other end. He comes in, tries to put it up high, but it ends up ultimately going into the goalie's stomach, and it's 6-3 as we head to the third period. And West Kelowna is going to continue to try and make it interesting. They intercept this wraparound play, and they move it out front, and that player is able to lift it over the glove hand of Max. And we got a game, folks. It's now 6-4 for the Colts. Colts are looking to turn the tide here. There's a slap shot attempt by Mitchell that gets blocked. Bryson finds it, puts it on net, it bounces out, and then that pass across to Tyler on the side has an open net, but he hits the side of the net after he gets that excellent backhand pass from Lyndon Fraser. But it doesn't always have to be a great opportunity. Here we see the Colts have the puck in the corner. The camera just catches up to it as Arjun whips it at the net, and it appears to hit the goalie in the back and bounce into the net. And the Colts are back up by 3. It's 7-4. West Kelowna's trying to get that one back, and this play is going to look similar to their first 2 goals in the first period. That player in front kicks off high enough so that he's away from the defender, gets the pass, but this time Max is able to stick the leg out and make the save. Next we see Noah at work along the wall to the right. He gets knocked down from behind by the West Kelowna player. That's going to be a checking from behind penalty and put the Colts onto the power play. And as Mitchell goes in to retrieve a puck to break it out on the power play, he gets shoved from behind by the West Kelowna player. His head goes into the wall. You can see Coach Chris indicating what happened there, and that's going to put Mitchell on the IR with the concussion. That play was unpenalized by the referee, but the Colts are going to continue on the power play from the previous penalty on Noah. They're going to get that chance right in front. They're going to get another chance here after the power play is over as Linden puts that on net, and there's a puck in front, and there's more Kelowna checking from behind. And that penalty is going to put Cloverdale back on the power play as time winds down, and they're going to look for their 8th goal here. Gets moved over to Jackson. He fires it on net, and that's his 2nd goal of the game. We see time wind off the clock here at the end of the game. It's going to be an 8-4 victory for the Colts here in the 2nd game of the tournament to put them back to a 1-1 record. So let's have a look at the stats for the game. We see 31 saves from Max after a slow start, and then he held the team in there while they built their lead. You see a big game from Arjun with a goal and 3 assists, and big games from a lot of players, frankly, as that had to be one of the hardest working games the Colts have played this year, especially Jackson with his 2 goals. So the 1-1 record heading into the final round robin game means that the Colts with a victory will be able to put themselves into the semifinals of the tournament. So that takes us through to Game 3 of the tournament, an early morning outing from the MRC Arena in Abbotsford, where the Colts on the left in their white jerseys again for this game will be taking on a team from Vancouver Island. They'll be taking on a team from Souk. They'll be on the right side of your screen wearing black jerseys. This Souk team has yet to win a game in the tournament, Colts being 1-1 as we just saw, and on the verge of qualifying for the semifinal with a win in today's game. They'll be trying to do so without Mitchell Anderson. He's out with the concussion sustained in the game against West Kelowna. Other than that, though, the entire team is intact. Logan will get the start today as Max played in the West Kelowna game. So let's head to those first period highlights. And the Colts are going to set the tone for this game early as we see the opening faceoff to the game. Souk's going to push it down into the Colts end. Linden's going to retrieve it in the right corner, and he's going to fire that puck up the middle of the ice. It's going to land on Arjun's stick, and he's going to jet past the defender, cut in front, lift it over the goalie, and just a few seconds into this game, the Colts have put themselves up 1-0. They're not going to be settled with just one. Here's Patrick at the point. The puck comes back to him, and he's going to throw that towards the net. The Souk player blocks it. Jackson Anderson picks it up, fires it home on the forehand, and just a minute or so into this game, and it's already 2-0 for the Colts. Sook's going to have a decent response here off the ensuing faceoff. They come across the line, throw the puck towards the net. Logan pushes it towards the corner, but it does bounce out, and there's a Sook player there trying to jam it in, but Logan holds the post and keeps it out. So we're back to the other end. Colts on the attack again. A slick little backhand pass from Jesse that goes to Seth, and as he throws it on net, the Sook goalie gets across and makes the save. Colts are on the attack again. Here's Arjun. He's going to push that over to Trevor, who's going to get a good hard wrist shot. It gets directed to the corner. He goes to battle for it, and Arjun bowls over the defender and then gets bowled over himself as he comes out front to take a shot. But the goalie makes the save, and there's a whistle, and the players are going to get separated. Sook's going to come down the other way, try a shot from the left that is blocked by Riley, but the puck comes back out front, and that player does get it on net, but Logan makes the save. After a scrum along the wall, Sook's going to put the puck past Patrick, and he's going to hold that player up before he can advance onto the puck. So that's going to be a penalty for the Colts, putting Sook on the power play to maybe get back in this one. But as they're trying to come out of their own end, they lose the puck. Lyndon Fraser puts it to Seth. He goes around the defender, puts it high on the glove side, and a shorthanded goal by the Colts has stretched their lead to 3-0. Here's another rush into the offensive zone for the Colts. Arjun gets hit, bumps into another Sook player as he's standing up, and then keep an eye on him. He's going to go around and chase that player that he bumped into before. Chase him around behind the net. He's going to try to body check that player, and that player is going to throw him down to the ice. We'll have a look at that again in a close-up view. A violent throw to the ice. There's no penalty on that play, however. The Colts continue to buzz the net. There's a point shot that Zach tips, and then he gets a rebound as well. Both those saves made by the Sook goalie. Colts again winding up in their own zone. This one gets flicked out to center, and that's going to turn into a 3-on-1. That's Tyler coming down the left side. He's going to slide that across, and Jackson makes good contact with that, but the Sook goalie makes an amazing save coming across. Here's another attempt down there, getting behind the Sook defenseman. Colts racing onto that, getting another opportunity. It's nonstop Colts at this point. There's another shot from the left side that's going to rim around to the point, and Jesse in front puts it between the legs and over the goalie, and it's now 4-0 as the Colts score a fancy one here. Sook is trying to find any form of offense they can. Here they bank one off the glass that comes out front that Logan has to swat at, and there's a dangerous shot after, but he makes a save, and we go to the second period, 4-0. Bryson puts that in front, and a nice feed from Noah over to Tyler, and Tyler's got the goal to make it 5-0 for the Colts. Sook is trying to find anything to get themselves back in this game, so they try to throw a hit on Lyndon at the point after a one face-off, but Lyndon reverse hits him down and puts him on the ground, and then he's going to hit the same player back in his own end while they're trying to create some offense in the Colts zone. So twice that player ran into number 16 for the Colts. Here's an attempt at the front of the net that the player's going to get checked from behind. That's going to be another penalty for Sook, putting the Colts back on the power play. So Sook is playing with fire here, given the current score and the offensive abilities of the Colts here this morning. So here's Arjun. He's going to wind up and skate through the defenders and pull it to the left and put it past the goalie. And look at that. It's 6-0 now for the Colts. And Sook can't get out of their own way. The special teams battle has not been going well for them, and that play right at center there is going to result in a kneeing penalty against Sook. So yet another power play for the Colts, and they're going to work it around. Lyndon Cameron puts it down to the corner, and Tyler's going to eventually put that through to Jackson in front. Rebound's going to come out to Lyndon Fraser. He gets a crack at it too, but the save gets made. Still on the power play, they're going to work the puck around low behind the net, come out top, and hit the person in the bumper there, Noah, after Zach gives it to him, rips it to the back of the net, and The Colts are up by a converted touchdown now, 7-0. Sook's finally going to draw a penalty rather than take one, as we see Trevor try to move that puck in front, and as he's being checked, he whips that player's stick up into the air, and that's going to be an interference penalty. Sook is unable to capitalize on it, so after the penalty's over, we see the Colts back on the attack. A shot by Bryson towards the net that gets tipped, and Jordan puts it home. That's the 8th goal now for the Colts, as they're looking good to make it through to the semifinals after this game. For this clip, you're going to want to focus on the net battle in front. Trevor working with the defenseman, battling for space in front of the net. He gets pushed out high, and watch his stick. It comes up high right there in between the legs into the lower abdomen area of the Sook player. So that's going to be 4 minutes of spearing for Trevor. And that's going to result in Sook actually getting a couple shots on net. There's one there up high, but Logan does make the save. But this is a game where nothing's going right for Sook. So here, shorthanded, we see Riley dumping the puck down the ice. It's going to bounce off the end wall, and it's going to hit the goalie's stick and actually cross over into the net. So there's a goal from Riley from his own end, shorthanded. You see the Colts player shoot it into the net there after the goalie pushes it out, but it had already crossed the line, so it's Riley's goal, unassisted, and it's now 9-0. Now we see Tyler coming across the line, holding up at the blue line and shooting it in, and one of the Sook players comes in to give him a little shove, but then Patrick comes in after to give him a shove, standing up for Tyler a bit, but that is going to be a penalty once the Colts get hold of the puck, so it's going to send Sook back to the power play as you see the referee come into view and indicate a roughing penalty for that play. Sook could do nothing with that power play. Now you see Patrick's out of the penalty box, and he puts that shot on net, and it goes through the goalie and hardly clangs on the post behind the goalie, but does bounce back out where the goalie can cover it. Here we see Sook with yet another disaster while they're on the power play as that puck goes past them. Arjun races down the ice, picks it up, big slap shot home, and the Colts have hit double digits with that shorthanded goal. And Sook is going to send the Colts to the power play one last time before this game is over. You see them working along the wall. They're going to come in late, push. Looks like maybe that was Tyler down from behind. Here's the power play. Patrick's going to put that over to Lyndon Fraser, and he's going to spot Jordan with a nice seam pass and a one-timer, but the Sook goalie comes across and makes a nice save. And as time is winding down, the Colts aren't quite done yet. Here's a puck that gets dumped in. Jesse goes to retrieve it along the end wall and quickly moves it out front to an unchecked Seth. All the Sook players forgetting about him. And this is going to become an 11-0 game. And this may yet, though, become a 12-0 game as we see the puck go from Noah over to Zach. He's going to move it to the backhand, and it trickles through the leg, and it appears maybe it did cross the line before the Sook player hit it out. The ref either way says no goal. He may have also blown the whistle. Doesn't matter. It's an 11-0 victory for the Colts in Game 3 of the tournament, leaving them with a 2-1 record and a very favorable plus-minus that is going to put them in second place overall and a bye through to the semifinals. So they will await to see who they will play in the semifinal. Let's have a look at the stats. There you see a lot of points for many players on the team. Arjun with the hat trick today, and Logan saving all 14 shots that he faced from the Sook team. So while the Colts know they are in the semifinal, they don't know who they are going to play as yet, as there will be a quarterfinal matchup to decide their opponent in the next game. So here we are now, fast forward to the final day of the tournament, the semifinal. Here you see the Colts taking to the ice at the MSA Arena. The Colts will be actually taking on the West Kelowna team, the team they faced in Game 2 of the tournament, a team that they went down early 2-0, but ended up winning the game 8-4 with what is probably their best effort of the season. So this could be a favorable matchup, although this West Kelowna team is very good, probably the best of the three teams that the Colts played in the preliminary rounds. Yes, the Colts did lose to Aldergrove, but of the three teams that the Colts played, this was the closest contest of the three play-wise, not on the score sheet. So this will be a challenge for the Colts here. Mitchell remains out of the lineup, however, the rest of the Colts will be playing. Max will be back in net after Logan played the game against Souk. Max also played that game against West Kelowna in the round-robin portion of the tournament. So let's head to those first period highlights and see how this goes. The Colts are going to get the first scoring opportunities of this game as they come in. Zach takes a shot. It bounces behind the net. Jesse throws it out front, or tries to at least, and then Zach pulls it out front and tries to stuff it home. The West Kelowna goalie makes a save. Here they are back at it. Tyler has the puck in the corner. He throws it in front for Jordan, who can't quite get a stick on it. It goes harmlessly through the crease. Colts keep coming. Here's Tyler again. He delays, comes in, throws it over to Jackson, who throws it across, but in the feet, and then gets another chance. That's Tyler coming back out front, and he had some space there. The goalie was kind of turned sideways, but he's unable to get it past him. Now watch at center as Trevor was skating near that player that was probably going to get a pass, and he sends that stick flying. We saw that earlier in the tournament. That's going to be an interference penalty. It's going to send West Kelowna to the power play. They get that chance up front, but a block there keeps that shot from going through, and the Colts are able to kill that penalty and go back on the offense. Jesse tips that point shot from Bryson on net, and then Seth has a crack at the rebound, unable to capitalize on that chance. So we are now scoreless entering the second period, and off this neutral zone faceoff after Arjun picks up the puck. Just before that, he put a hook on the player he was lined up with, so that's going to be a penalty for the Colts. West Kelowna is going to work it around, skate towards the front, take that shot that appears to hit the base of the post, but bullet dodged for the Colts. The Colts do kill that penalty, but then Kelowna gets a couple of really nice chances here right in front, but either Max or the defenders prevent that puck from getting through. So now it's going to be the Colts' turn. As Riley puts that shot through that bounces out off the wall, and as Arjun tries to bring it in front, Jackson corrals it, gets a shot off, but the goalie covers it up. And here's a glorious chance for the Colts as Arjun puts that puck behind the net. Jackson retrieves it, gets it back to Arjun, and from behind the net, he's going to slide that out to Trevor, who has to go to the backhand, but when he pulls it to the forehand, he seems to have all the net there. Arjun thinks it in, but somehow that trickles wide, and we remain scoreless. West Kelowna coming the other way. There's a drop pass to the right side. Then they're going to throw it back behind the net and throw it right back out to that player. A nice little set play, but Max is wise to it, and he makes the save. Here's a good chance off the faceoff. The West Kelowna player just taps it through Seth's legs, gets a quick shot on net. Luckily, Max was alert and ready to make the save. Kelowna keeps coming. It's a 4-on-2 from the blue line in. Throw that puck towards the net, and then as the Colts are trying to get it out, they're going to turn it over, and a neat little backhand pass is going to send that player in all alone, but Max flashes the leather, makes a save. The puck does trickle through, but the whistle had already gone, and it's scoreless into the third period. Now, you'll be shocked to see the scoreboard say 3-0 for West Kelowna. This is late in the third period. The camera malfunction prevented the previous portions of the period from being recorded, and the Colts are on the attack here, down low. Puck's going to come up to Seth along the wall. He's just going to throw that at the net. It's going to hit the defenseman in front and go in, and the Colts have inched closer here to make it 3-1. Those 3 goals by West Kelowna. The first one of it was a disputed goal that the Colts claimed did not cross the line, but the referee said it did, and that kind of changed the tenor of the game. So the Colts are getting back into it now, trying to inch back into this. They do make it 3-1. And Max is going to preserve their opportunity to potentially come back in this one with a really nice save as he slides across and makes a save on the backdoor pass. But it will all be for naught as the clock winds down here just under 2 minutes. The Colts have their goalie pulled, and that shot from center by West Kelowna does go in. The camera doesn't pan over, but trust me, that goes in. As you can see, Kelowna celebrating. They make it 4-1, and so that's going to be the end of the tournament for the Colts, losing here in the semifinal. Similar to their tournament in Kelowna earlier in the year, they finished that one in the semifinal as well. They have one tournament remaining on the year down in Arizona, where they will attempt to better the result that they've had from these other 2 tournaments. So let's have a look at the stats for this game. You can see a strong outing from Max in net. Unfortunately, the team was not able to provide him enough run support to win this one. Seth with the only goal for the Colts. So not the result the Colts were hoping for, but the West Kelowna team did go on to win the finals and win the tournament. So at least the Colts did lose to the eventual champions and were the only team to beat them in the tournament. So that's it for this tournament. Stay tuned for the highlight package video at the end.
Seek and destroy.